Matthew Patton.
I can't hear it.
What's up, people? Good morning. What's that? It's one of the guitars.
And the set falls
Oh
down.
my god. Guitar Hero
Chaotic
down.
intro. It's fine.
What up, people? Good morning.
I missed the music cue. I was laughing at the Guitar Hero.
The song was still going that entire time?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
It's so fun.
10 years later, here we
10
are.
years later, the SpongeBob logo pops up.
10 years later.
Future Jess put it in.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Editor Jess, hook it up. What's up, Broke Blonde babes? Welcome back to the Broke Blonde Diaries. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Jess. And today we're going to be doing something a little extra because we're finally bringing a guest who can keep up with our chaos.
In case you didn't notice, that's right. Today's special guest, the one and only Matthew Patton.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared.
Are you scared, Leslie?
I'm scared.
Scared. We are very excited about what he's going to say.
We literally have no idea what's about to happen, and we're pretty sure it's going to involve Hollywood gossip
Yes.
and some questionable
Some tea.
relationship advice and possibly us roasting each other, which is kind of bound to
Definitely
happen.
us roasting each other.
My love language.
Yes. We've already been roasting each other for the past several hours. It's
Very
been
true.
hilarious. But go ahead, grab your cheapest bottle of wine. We've already beat you to it, so don't worry about it. And settle in because this episode is definitely going to be a wild ride. Matthew, welcome to the show. I hope you're ready for the chaos.
And like, this is crazy. I'm shook. We've had our cheapest bottle of wine. It was $4.99, the wine that I brought you.
Oh, period.
Do you remember the name of the brand?
I don't.
Okay, that's okay.
We've
I'll
already
put it in
had.
there.
You two had that entire bottle.
Yeah.
And it's a big bottle.
We've already had 2 bottles, so we're 3 bottles in.
I'm like 3 glasses of wine in, I think.
Oh, I had like the majority of them.
Yeah, you really did.
I'm the only one still finishing their wine.
Yeah.
So
But that's okay.
Yeah. We're doing great.
We're feeling great.
We're feeling great. We're feeling good. The feelings are being felt. We're having the best
felt.
time.
Guys, how are you doing? We miss you all so much. We hope you guys are having an amazing day today.
Winning our
And
Tuesdays.
We're here to entertain you, and we're so excited to have Matthew on the pod.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys.
Welcome.
I'm
our
honored
very
to be the first.
Yes.
That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you
Finally.
for having me. Thank you for having me.
Finally.
Finally.
It's about time.
I know.
It's about time.
We've been talking about having a guest on the podcast
forever.
since the start.
Since the beginning.
Since the joke started. And then since the podcast, we're like, we need to have a guest. We need to have a guest.
Very true.
We know and love Matthew. And we're like, okay, definitely Matthew. Definitely Matthew. Definitely Matthew.
Yeah.
And then Jess texted me and was like, so Matthew's coming. And
I was like, we just need to pull the
okay,
trigger.
period.
Like, why not?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because
I'm-
mind you, like I first met Matthew at the Talk when
Yes.
I was a PA, and he just was so kind about bringing me in, kind of showing me the ropes, was so incredibly kind, but also gave me the tea,
Yes.
the drama. And I was like,
Notorious for the tea.
I love you.
Notorious.
So yeah, we're very excited to have him on the show. And we're just so excited to kind of show you off to the world and be like, this is who Matthew Patton is.
Yay!
I'm honored.
Iconic
Thank
queen,
you.
so we're very excited to have you.
Yes.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
You can.
I can't.
You
This is
can.
You have
insane.
very strong opinions, and we want to hear about the Oscars and your opinions on the
no.
Oscars.
Diva.
Because, wow.
So much
Diva.
went down this year.
So much happened. So much tea. I will admit I was a little drunk the entire time we watched it,
Weren't
so
we
we'll see
all?
what I remember. But
Is it the Oscars if you're not drunk?
No, because that's our Super Bowl. People.
Yes.
literally,
Theater
did you guys
kids.
do like an Oscar party, or how did you guys watch the Oscars?
How did you watch the Oscars?
A little buzzed.
Okay.
Okay.
A
Yeah,
little a little like sweatpants, obvi.
Of course.
Absolutely. The charcuterie boards were brought out. The chips and dip.
Your
I'm-
charcuterie boards
Thank you.
are iconic
Thank
and
you.
legendary. So that's amazing.
Thank you. But it was a cozy Sunday, but the wine, the cocktails were brought out. I feel like as a theater kid, that is my Super Bowl. Like you just said,
totally
that is
right.
the moment. That is what we're preparing for the whole year. This year, more than others, the Oscars were very important to me.
Yes.
And I needed to pay attention more than others.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Yes.
I watched it from the brunch all the way through.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Period. Okay.
Like all day. I was locked into the TV.
Dedication right there.
Dedication. How did you guys watch it?
So I normally watch it with like friends, and like I usually watch it with like either my friends like Rachel or Alex, and like we like print out our like choices and like whatever choices you get, like let's say if like you lost that category, like you take a drink,
Okay.
and then if you win you're like ha, like point or like whatever, because it's kind of like a game. It's kind of like it's not necessarily gambling, because like at the time we just don't have any money, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's
All
like,
three of us are fun employed.
yeah, we're fun and
All broke in our own rights. Two
We're-
broke blondes and a broke brunette.
Exactly, but that's usually like how we do it. We do it like through like a ballot. We like kind of like do our little like check mark boxes of everyone of like who we're gonna pick.
Yeah.
And then as we go through, we're just like crying. We're like, oh my god, yes, this person won, or just any of the performances. Cynthia and Ariana. Oh my god,
Listen.
the opening.
Iconic.
Wow.
Oh my god. Ariana's Somewhere Over the Rainbow brought me to tears.
No, listen.
It was so
crying
good.
The opening with the ruby red slippers. Number one.
So beautiful.
It opened with that, and I was like, "Oh yes,
And
oh
the
yes."
rainbow shining
and then
on
the
her.
rainbow, and then the clouds, and I was like, "Number one, this needs to be hung in the Louvre."
100%.
The cinematic masterpiece that was the scrim over her.
Oh, that needs to be like hand painted somewhere. I don't care where it is. Someone
Her
make it happen.
in the custom Schiaparelli reference.
Okay, period.
To, oh my god, I was so locked in, and then the two of them, and then Cynthia comes out singing "Home" from The Wiz.
Wow.
Death.
So good.
I
I
love that
died.
they did that.
Oh my
I
god.
love that they
Deceased.
did that.
I instantly started crying. Number
yeah,
one, I
no, me
cried when
too.
Ariana started singing. And then when the two of them started singing together, I uncontrollably started crying.
I think when you see like, I mean, because we've seen their chemistry throughout like press tours and throughout just like the entirety of just Wicked in general. And it's just like whenever you see them on screen now, like their voices,
Yeah.
their chemistry,
Yeah.
their presence with each other and their softness with each other is so beautiful. And I'm just like, like crying.
It was so
I
good.
can't
And the
control myself.
cameraman, did you guys see the shots? It was like, get that man an award. Give him a
No,
raise.
seriously.
Whoever was controlling that camera.
Get him an Emmy.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Like,
He
it
was in there
crazy.
too.
The rack focus.
No, literally,
God.
with
No,
her
literally,
standing
you're
there,
so
you're like,
correct.
listen, the shot that he got of Ariana watching Cynthia sing.
It was powerful.
Good.
Life changing.
I might cry thinking about it.
No, because
Don't do it.
It's just
Don't
so-
cry.
Yeah,
It's a
don't
happy
cry.
time.
Editor
It's a
Jess,
happy
if you
time.
can get a picture of Ariana, it's on the internet of her
It's-
watching Cynthia sing.
wow,
Oh,
it's
It was so good.
beautiful.
I mean, Cynthia standing. Ariana's in custom Schiaparelli. Cynthia's in custom Vivienne Westwood. They're both gorgeous.
gorgeous.
They are
Iconic.
singing.
Highlight of the night at the very top
Icon.
of the night.
They're
No,
opening
literally.
the show. It
Yeah.
literally couldn't be better.
Yeah.
They're opening the show with the best, I mean, maybe opening number the Oscars has
100%.
ever had.
Oh, you can tell because the reaction of the audience
The audience is like,
was like they already knew. They already knew what was going to
They
happen.
were in
they
for
were
it.
fully prepared.
oh my
They were
God.
like, this is about to be
The tears,
the best thing ever.
the tears that the
Oh my
wizard, the wizard,
The
that the Wicked cast were all crying.
Yeah.
Bowen Yang.
Oh, Bowen, John M. Chu. I mean, everyone was sobbing.
Yes.
I mean, and then you saw everyone in the front row. You saw everyone like on the sides.
Oh my
Everyone
God! Wait, who was
sobbing?
who was the first person that stood up?
Oh, the gentleman from Sing Sing, gorgeous man. He has the
What is
best
his
fashion
name?
Coleman,
ever.
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo. Oh my
His
God!
suits, number one, stunner.
First off.
Stunner. But he stood up, and I think from that moment on, everyone was like,
Immediately.
"All right,
Well,
let's get up.
I think
Let's
that is
like
the-
celebrate them."
The best Cynthia's ever sung that note.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, no, the end riff, powerful.
I
And
mean-
Ariana be like,
Powerful.
The
Oh
way
my
she
God.
sung that, and she's like tipping her head
yeah,
back.
she's
and
doing
you're like,
full pop. I was like, yes, girl.
she entered her pop idol era, but in the most classy way ever.
Well, I think it's so telling to know that. I mean, obviously, like we know the results of the Oscars now, but it's so telling at the very.
Interesting
No, it's so
reaction.
true because at the very
Tea.
beginning of it, right? Like you like have this amazing opener of like these pretty much like these 4 different songs that like the 2 of them are singing. Absolutely gorgeous, perfection.
Yeah.
Everyone is feeling the vibe and the energy in the room. It starts off with such a bang, and everyone is kind of looking at each other like, why are they winning more awards?
Yeah,
and I
were you
blame the
guys
Academy.
shocked?
I will throw rocks at the Academy right now.
Oh, yes.
Because what the hell? That
I
is
feel like
so
I wasn't
despicable.
surprised. I feel like I knew they were going to get snubbed. from the
Oh,
moment
yeah,
that
they're
they
going to
walked
get
in.
snubbed.
It's like shameful.
Oh, it
but
totally is.
Did you guys do ballots for the Oscars?
Oh, yeah.
I've done
Did you
them
do
in the
ballots
past.
this year?
Yeah.
No.
See, when I saw it with my boyfriend and like all of his friends, and we did ballots, and I won because I got the majority of the things right. I can get into the mind.
Of the,
You're like,
of the
Don't
worry about
Academy.
Academy, call me. Listen,
Put them on the board.
but put me on the board.
I
I'm
like.
ready.
I just
Because you'll swing with the popular vote.
I'll shake things up.
Okay.
I'll shake things
So
up.
funny.
I'll be the voice of the people.
Amelia
I'll be the voice
Perez.
of the people.
Amelia
It'll be great.
Perez.
Listen,
Oh, I have thoughts.
about Amelia Perez.
I have thoughts.
I think we all have thoughts
Embarrassing.
on the
It was
sham
an,
and the scam.
an embarrassment. I have people who were like, I kind of liked it.
No,
And I'm like,
excuse?
What?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Did you watch that with your eyes open?
No. Did you have
There were
earplugs
so
in?
many.
Yeah.
Chaos.
I don't know. There was
Chaos.
a lot of.
Number one, I'd like to make it clear. Wicked did not use AI or
Oh,
auto-tune for
period.
their voices.
Period.
And they opened the show and they proved that.
They
Both-
proved
And
it.
both
Zoe
Amelia Perez-
Saldana on the red carpet said, I can't carry a tune. And then won the supporting
That is-
actress Oscar.
But you
and then
could hear the
Ariana
auto-tune.
Grande came out and opened the effing show with
Was-
no AI and
No.
carried the best tune in Oscars history.
Her raw voice. Raw voice.
Raw. Are excuse?
No, that's what was so funny.
I
Both
can't.
the Brutalist and Amelia Perez.
Amelia Perez.
Both used AI, which I find very ironic.
The
But
Brutalist, it was for the accent,
Yes,
right?
it
Yeah.
was.
Which,
Yeah.
like,
And
why?
hold on.
Just
Before
hire
we
someone with that
continue.
accent.
before we continue,
Pause.
I had the absolute pleasure of working with Adrian Brody in Winning Time. He is an amazing actor. He works his ass off. I am not kidding. This man, like every single day, I remember before Winning Time, he played Pat Riley in the show.
Yeah.
He would have his visualizations. He would close his eyes and like do his like kind of pre-ritual thing. He was so serious. When he was in his mode, I was like, get away from him. Like he is cooking. Like leave the man alone. But my gosh, there's like things obviously about like AI that's very like, oh, like, okay, we could have like not done that.
Just hire someone
But
with that accent.
he is a very talented human being. I
But,
very
like-
much give him props from my end. That's all I
That
want to say.
speech, though, Jess. If we wanna talk about the props, let's talk about that speech that he gave.
You want to talk about
Was that
Let's
10
talk
years
about it,
long
Matthew.
or what? My life flashed before my eyes while that man was speaking.
what part?
He was saying a whole
What
the
part of
beginning,
the
a
7
whole lot of
minute speech?
nothing. Whole lot of nothing at the beginning, and then he finally tied it up in a little bow of like, let's talk about, something actually important. But
That's very true.
what was he saying? What was he saying?
Yeah.
Let's unpack
You know
that.
what? I can't remember the beginning of his speech what he was saying. I do
I
remember there was a
actually
lot
don't
of.
know what he said at all. I
long.
couldn't tell you.
I blacked out
I
like
did
at the
too.
beginning, and I just remembered there was one point where the music started. Oh
Yeah,
Yeah,
And he was
he's
like,
no,
turn
no,
off
no.
the music.
He's
I
like,
have
I've
more
done
to
this
say. And I was
before.
like,
Which I don't
No, he talked too
Diva.
long. He talked too long.
I don't know. I think for me, I'm like, I love that you have something to say,
Yeah,
and I love that you
But
have
get
like,
to the
a
point.
message. Get to the point. Be respectful of other people's times.
Yeah.
Like everybody else is here, they have to give speeches.
Yeah.
It was already a 3-hour tour.
Do you know
like
what's
we're
so-
done?
Do you know what's so crazy about that too? Mind you, I was watching the Oscars live on Hulu. So that was a streaming app.
The whole Hulu scandal
Oh my gosh.
Wait,
well,
what happened
What
with
ended
Hulu?
up happening? Well, at least for me, what ended up
happened
happening.
for my sister too.
Okay, so what ended up happening is that
There's lore.
And her friend, there's
the
major
speech,
lore.
because the speech went long.
Yeah.
When they were like about to announce Best Picture, the feed cut.
The
and
feed
I was like,
ended. It said, "Thank you so much for watching our
was like,
show."
oh my God, wait.
The feed is this show is ended.
That's
Oh, I
tea.
went to straight panic mode, and I was like, "Hold on, where's Xfinity?"
My sister was
Like,
on
where-
FaceTime and she was like, "My stream just ended. What the heck just happened? Who just won Best Picture?"
Yeah, which again-
it literally as they were announcing the stream ended.
Oh, I was terrified. I was
Wait,
like,
so
I
like it was
cannot.
right before the reveal.
yes,
it literally went to
as
commercial.
the reveal was happening.
Yeah, it was.
Who did you guys think was gonna win?
Honestly, I thought the one with the Pope.
Oh,
Conclave.
I thought
Conclave.
Conclave. I thought Conclave.
Really?
Because Conclave fits with the old white man
That's very
agenda
true.
of the Academy.
That's
it
very true.
fits with the boring nomination that they go with almost every year.
Very true.
It fits with who they consistently vote for. It fits with the safe choice. I'm sorry, I'm totally ripping them a new one.
No,
but
it's
it fits
true, though.
It fits
I
with the
mean,
choices that they
you're not saying
consistently
anything
make.
wrong.
It's safe. It's consistent. It's boring. It's primarily white.
Speak on
It's
it.
male.
It's very dramatic.
It's very
It's-
dramatic.
yeah.
It's very
Slow
cinematic.
paced.
It's
Yeah.
slow paced. It has a stacked cast.
Yeah.
It has so much money thrown behind it. It's insane.
Yeah.
It fits all of their boxes. I
Yeah.
was
It
does.
convinced that was going to win.
Interesting.
That was your choice.
That was my choice. The fact that Honora showed up at Oscars night without winning anything all season and then won.
All of a sudden, yeah.
Ching, 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 ching. I
No,
was like, excuse?
The director won, I think, a DGA or a PGA award.
DGA.
No,
I
but they
think
showed up. They cleaned
Mikey won
house.
something.
They did. I
Yeah,
think they got
that's
six.
fair.
The fact
six
that
awards.
she won for Best Actress is the entire plot of The Substance itself.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
No,
that.
that's very real. That's very real.
Okay, I think I'm the outlier here. I loved her performance.
Oh, she
I
was
thought she
great.
deserved
Oh,
it.
It's
no
a
doubt
darker
about
version
that.
of Pretty Woman.
No, okay, this is
Let's
fair.
be
This is fair.
honest, it wasn't anything groundbreaking or new.
I guess, but I just think for me,
Yeah.
I feel like
It was a
Mikey
good
Madison.
performance.
She's
Mikey Madison killed
she's
it.
so not that character.
Yeah.
Like when you listen to her in like
It was
an
brilliant. Give her
interview,
a
she's
SAG
so
award, not an Oscar.
soft spoken.
Yeah.
She's so like cutesy and demure, and then she's there
Very
being
demure.
like, "Fuck you, Vanya," like blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah, blah.
exactly.
And I'm like,
or
"Hello."
like I'm gonna be in my mansion, but I'm like,
Like,
haters
I'm
gonna
like-
hate, you know.
Yeah.
Diva ate and
I
left
know
no
that she
crumbs.
like learned Russian and she moved to New York and she took like lessons and she really worked with the like sex
Yeah,
worker
yeah, yeah.
community and I love that for her.
She really did her work.
She
She
did her
did
work.
her work.
Commend
She
her for that,
appreciated
for
the
sure.
craft too, which I
Appreciated
think
the
is
craft.
huge.
Yes. Yeah.
Give her a SAG, not the Oscar.
Did she win the SAG?
No.
Who won this?
Dem-
SAG? Oh, no,
Demi Moore.
Oh,
Demi
Demi
Moore won the
Moore.
SAG.
Give Mikey the SAG, give Demi the Oscar.
I think that's what's so hard sometimes
Flip
when
the
it's
script.
like
That's fair.
It's again, it's like the plot of The Substance.
It's the plot of the substance.
I
Honestly,
hate to say it.
give Cynthia the fucking Oscar.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, Cynthia. Look.
Wait,
I
wait,
am-
wait. Can we scroll back really
Yes.
quick? Who did both of you think was going to win Best Picture? I'm
Best
scrolling
Picture?
back really quickly before
Honest
we
to
go
God,
into
okay.
to Best Actress.
Realistically,
scared to
Realistically,
hear your
be
answer.
honest.
realistically,
And also, Dune 2 was thrown into the mix
Oh,
here.
yeah, like
Wild.
I know.
I didn't see it.
So- I didn't either.
The only reason why I wanted, like deep down in my soul, I wanted Wicked to win.
I wanted Wicked to win.
100%.
I wanted
But-
Wicked to win everything it was
but
nominated
feel like
for. I'm
you
gonna be
felt
completely
watching that.
honest.
but realistically,
going to.
because of the Academy.
We know the Academy.
I knew
We
that
know them,
Honora
but we
was gonna
don't love
win.
them.
I knew
that
Honora was
gonna
going to win as well.
Are you
That
serious?
Was
totally
my
knew.
winning. That was my winning ticket on my Oscar ballot. That was my winning thing. I knew it was going to win.
Yeah.
I knew that Mikey had put in the work. I knew that it was progressive enough with the sex worker.
Yes.
I
I
was
feel like
convinced the
the
Conclave-
Oscars are working harder to get away from that. I
Okay,
feel
so
like.
remember when
I
They
was
don't wanna
convinced
focus on the
Conclave
white
because
man.
the Pope is dying. I was like,
That's
oh,
true.
they're gonna go with the Catholic vote.
That was
They're
probably gonna be my second
totally
choice.
Going to go that route.
that was my second choice.
I hadn't seen that one, so I didn't.
Oh, yo,
Sorry.
it's so boring.
I didn't do
I'm
enough
so sorry.
research
The
on
acting
this.
is phenom.
Now-
but it's,
It was good.
Oh my God, Ralph.
I
Fiennes.
made it maybe 15 minutes.
Wait, you only saw 15 minutes?
Yeah, I was.
And you're like, it's gonna win everything.
No, I love Ralph Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes, I
made
love
it 15
you.
minutes
Isn't it
in, and I was
Ray
like,
Fiennes?
it's Raph,
It's Ralph.
Rafe.
Rafe.
It's the
Okay.
British pronunciation.
Yeah.
It's Rafe.
Because I was like,
Every
they
time
made
I
a
say
joke
it's like
about.
Ralph Fiennes.
yeah.
No, but they,
Like Ray
they
Fiennes.
said that's wrong.
Yeah.
At the Oscars.
Which I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
Sorry, I'm clocking your tea.
Ooh.
My bad. Sorry.
No, but I just love him. Okay, so
No,
he
but like
voiced.
15 minutes in, you know that this is
God, I
so
love
up the
him.
Academy's alley.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
fair.
totally. Well, I think. Hi, Bridget.
Sorry.
We have another guest on the
Distracted.
show.
We
My
have
bad.
another guest. My kitty cat decided
love the
to
orange
enter the
tabby.
chat.
He heard the voices and he
Absolutely.
said,
He was like,
"Best
I
leader
must
up here."
attend.
He's like, who's up here that can feed me
The
right
only
now?
reason why I think Nora was going to win at that time was because of the movie Coda that won in 2023, I think.
Yeah.
So Coda was about kids of deaf parents, and it was technically an
Did that win
independent
the
film.
Oscar?
It did win.
Yeah.
Did win Best Picture.
I don't
And
think
the
I watched the Oscars in 2023.
What won last year?
What did win last
Sorry,
year?
I
I'm
was
posing
not
the
as
tough
invested last
questions.
year as I was this year.
No, 2023.
What
100% was the best
year?
Oscar.
I watched it last year too.
What was last
I didn't
year?
watch last year. I know I didn't watch last year.
Anyways.
No,
something won.
2023. Wait, 2023
Editor
was like
Jess, put it up.
I know.
2023 and
2023 Oscars was my favorite. That was like Michelle Yeoh. That was like Key. That was
Matthew
Brendan
has
Fraser.
said
That was
chosen.
Matthew was chosen as the favorite.
What can I say? Sorry. Fan favorite over here.
Fan
He was like,
favorite.
yes.
Watch, he like bites me.
He will not bite you.
One time, okay, I will say I'm a little like I'm not scared of an orange cat, but my uncle's cat bit me on the face, and he was like this cute little orange cat. And he bit me clean on the face when I was a little child, and it was chaotic, and it's trauma.
He's
my
like, I gotta
God.
go.
This
He's gone.
cat will
When a cat
not
gets
bite
close
you.
to my face, I'm like, it's gonna kill me, and I'm convinced.
This cat will not
Trauma.
bite you.
Sweet baby boy, no, I'm getting good
He's
vibes
an
from him.
old man with diabetes. He's too fragile to bite you.
Period.
Jess thinks that's the funniest thing I've ever
it's so
said. Jess can't handle it.
The
Every
evil
time
in
I
her
mention the
heart,
diabetes-
laughing at a diseased cat.
Shut up, Matthew Patton. I swear to God.
Oh,
Your baby.
a new favorite. Oh my goodness.
He has such a human face. I love
He
him.
says, "Hi, mama."
God, I would take a bullet for you. I love
baby.
you.
Oh, I'm
Boy.
wearing black.
It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. They know where the hair is coming
I
from.
know.
It's fine.
23 was my personal favorite. My gosh, I was bawling every single time because it was Key, it was Brendan Fraser, it was Michelle Yeoh, and it was
Michelle
Jamie Lee
Yeoh.
Curtis. I was like,
Was
this.
it Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yes,
No.
that was Everything Everywhere All at
Was that
Once.
when?
Kiki Kwan.
Yeah.
Yeah. His Oscar speech. I did end up watching that.
I won the Oscar.
On social
Oh my
media,
gosh.
yeah.
Oh wait, if we're talking
went
about moms,
everywhere.
can we talk about Zoe Saldana's ugly cry for And it's so funny to watch her ugly cry because she's like, and it's just like the funniest
The
thing.
tea.
Dude,
Because
that's
it's
so
so-
real. I mean, could you imagine?
But like she's screaming for mom. Honestly, if I ever won an Oscar, I would do the same
would do the
thing.
same-
I am devastated over the fact that Cynthia Erivo did not win Best Actress.
oh my gosh, I
I-
was devastated. I was like, no.
I feel like the work and dedication that she put into the fact that she was trussed up, corseted, live
Doing
singing,
her own stunts.
doing her own stunts, being flown around like a superhero. She was actually doing superhero
Superhero.
Stunts.
superhero maneuvers. They were doing references to famous superheroes
So crazy.
in her movements in Defying Gravity.
She had to retrain the way she sang. Like,
She had to
I
retrain
can't even
everything
imagine.
live. And Mikey won for a darker version of Pretty Woman.
I'm
I
gonna
just
say something.
don't agree.
I'm gonna say something though, and I'm speaking it into existence. Cynthia will win next.
I
year.
think
Oh,
so
I
too.
think so too.
I think
both
think
Ariana and Cynthia
they're
will
gonna
win.
win
I
next
think
year.
the
If
theater
they don't,
kids
I will throw rocks at the
theater
Academy.
kids will riot.
She's gonna get her EGOT. It's
Yeah.
gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And I just think that the world wasn't ready
No.
for the power that she would hold with an EGOT quite yet.
Now-
I think next
yeah.
year, once everything's a little bit like darker, we're in
Yeah.
a bit more of like a, oh my gosh, we need a little happiness.
It is.
Cynthia's gonna get her EGOT, and then we're all gonna be like celebrating, and that's gonna be our our bright
That's
light.
so true though. Like it's so funny how like it has to be like the darkest moments of that character, like the absolute like, you know, grunt work of this actor that had to go. That it's like there can also be an amazing Oscar-winning performance in the lightest of times too.
Yeah, 100%.
It doesn't
100%,
have to be this
100%.
whole. I mean, now granted, part 2 in Wicked is gonna get
Dark.
really dark.
Yeah.
dark.
So I
if you
hope-
don't know what's coming,
Oh my
buckle
gosh,
up.
girl!
Buckle up,
Buckle
Buttercup.
up.
You're in for a wild ride.
It's going to be...
Tears will be shed.
Tears will be... the fact
Wigs will be snatched.
that her rendition of No Good Deed and their rendition of For Good already exists and we haven't heard it yet is truly criminal.
Oh my gosh.
No Good
I have
Deed is my
chills.
hands down my favorite song ever from Wicked. No Good Deed. 100%. Hands
It is
down.
the ultimate step into my villain era song.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot believe we haven't heard her version yet. She's going
I
to...
can't wait.
I mean,
Annihilate that.
The house is going to shatter.
Oh my gosh.
like
Well, the house is gonna fall on her sister.
fall on her sister. No, literally, the shoes are at your feet. No, literally.
Sorry,
Hey,
just
Ness.
kidding.
If she
Spoiler
doesn't
alert.
perform that next year
Listen,
at the Oscars, and if they don't perform For Good,
Oh my.
I will riot.
Well, do you think they'd have them open again?
Yes.
I think they would.
That seems abusive almost. If you're not going to give them the
no,
Oscar
but that's what I
this
mean.
year,
Like it would have
and then
to
you're gonna
be
make them do it
guaranteed,
again.
like an Oscar win for the next one. That is the only reason why I'm saying that.
See, I just spoke it into existence,
Yeah.
but I also think the Academy's shady enough.
No,
that it
they
might not
totally
happen.
are because it's like the whole like
I don't know.
anything that's like popular or like
Popular.
they're like, oh, they're
Popular.
no totally because here's the thing: what happens, especially in the Academy, it's always like, oh, what's like different and new and also self-isolating enough where there's not a ton of popularity around it where it's like, oh, that's the automatic win. They want to like surprise people, but I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, like-
honest to God, like it's based off of performance. It's based off of peer reviews. So those people are voting for like the stuff that they have seen in the past of like the work and like all the other stuff that has come in between that. I just don't understand when it comes to like voting for Best Picture. They just go the automatic like, oh, like let's go indie every single time.
Do they really?
I feel like it's a bit of a
for the
newer
past
trend.
3 or 4 years, they've gone indie.
But again, I don't want to discount Honora.
No,
I'm gonna say
I don't
like,
want to
again,
discount Honora.
I think it was really good.
Absolutely.
I think, especially in the scene where Mike. Have you both seen it?
I have, yeah.
Like when Mikey's like, Honora. When Honora's like
In the
being
car?
being held hostage in the house.
Oh
like,
yeah.
when there's,
Oh
like,
my gosh.
I'm
Yeah,
like, Mikey is delivering a performance
Oh,
where
she
she's
really
like,
is.
I may die, and I'm like, I feel that. Where it's like,
Yeah.
The panic.
it
the-
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
No,
I
it's a
think-
beautiful
yeah,
performance.
but was she Cynthia Erivo?
No.
And also, mind you,
Was it Wicked?
since Best Picture was announced for Nora, there's been a lot of talk online with Cruise Stories. For those of you who don't know, Cruise Stories on Instagram, they have been posting a lot of tea about what has happened on that set.
What has
And
happened on that set?
A lot of contracts have been messed with in terms of payment, in terms of health insurance, in terms of having the union get involved because they weren't going to be paying health insurance to the crew members and to like exact their rates on their contracts. Like they weren't going to fulfill that stuff to keep it under $6 million. Oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff I'm sure that's going to be coming out within the next week or two, but like ever since it won, there's been nonstop traffic.
I didn't.
of
That hasn't
stuff.
come up on my timeline yet, but when
It's been
does,
on Cruise Stories, and
That's
I love
scary.
Cruise Stories. It's very anonymous people.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Cruise Stories is a very anonymous place where you can even be like, hey, like I want to post about, this, and this to the user of Cruise Stories. I don't think anyone knows who that is. It's anonymous. So you can post whatever. I mean, stuff happened with like Rust back in the day, like when that was going on.
Yeah.
It's an anonymous posting of stuff that happens in the industry, good, bad, or otherwise, and like kind of what to watch for. And as soon as Honora was announced, the next day, I think it was in like 2 hours, there was like thousands of views of like all these things. I was like, oh
my
man.
goodness.
So yeah, I mean, there's good things and bad things about
Yeah.
indie filmmaking, right? Like indie filmmaking is tough. Like it is not by any means for the faint of heart, but when it's done right, ethically, morally, like making sure to take care of your crew, like that stuff is more important than like the awards, the everything else, at least in my opinion. Because
yeah, if you don't take care of your crew,
point.
why are you even making the movie? The crew is
Exactly.
what's making it happen.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what the Oscars look like next year.
I'm just waiting for more stuff to come out about Amelia Perez.
Yeah.
The
do we wanna
backlash
talk
of that
about-
movie is insane.
Yeah, Matthew, would you like to talk about how like the very ending press of the Oscars with Zoe?
I don't know if I want to. It was a little
Interesting.
chaotic. It felt very much like, I'm sorry you're offended.
100%.
I don't agree.
I heard that.
That was like, she was like, I hear what you're saying.
Well, the question was something like, so people of Mexico feel like Amelia Perez was misrepresenting Mexico, and like, what are your thoughts on
And she was
that or
like, I'm
something?
sorry you feel that. This movie was not about Mexico. And I'm like, babe, what was it about then?
But it was in Spanish. It was set in Mexico. It was about a Mexican cartel. The main character was a Mexican drug lord.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
and it was, I know I already said it, but it was in Spanish, most of it, a lot of it.
And the director didn't speak Spanish.
Nope.
But this movie was released in France because it came out as like a French
It
film.
was, yeah.
It released. Where did it
Cannes
release?
Film
I think
Festival?
it released in Cannes.
Like, I love Selena. I love Selena.
I love
Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
Love.
I think she actually did a great job.
But I know she's getting so much in Matthew's face.
I think
know
she
she's
did a
getting
great job.
I love
so much
I love
criticism
Selena
about
Gomez
her
as a
Spanish.
person. See, my criticism was about that. Oh,
That
I'm gonna
performance, you
I'm
think?
gonna be mean for a hot sec.
Be mean.
She said, "Oh my god, the highest note of my career." Girl, that note was not good.
Sour note?
It was a sour note. The high note that she hits, and she's like shaking
Oh,
her hair.
like in the song. Oh
And-
yeah, I
and,
mean, I'm so sorry. Like all the
I-
songs are so trash. That's just my opinion.
whoever mixed that, like
All the songs are trash. That's my
you
opinion.
could hear the auto tune.
Oh god, it was
And
terrible.
I think that's what took it out for me. Like especially in the doctor's office scene, I see. Like the auto tune,
yeah,
crispy,
so
but like
bad.
not in a good way. It was like crunchy.
They lost me. It went to mute after penis or vagina.
From
Penis or
to
vagina. Yeah.
Is it for you?
It's
The fact that I'm gonna say this: the fact that movie was even in competition with Wicked as a
Oh,
musical,
that was, like, such a slap in the
is
face to
And
me.
it
so
beat it
insulting.
out.
It's
It beat it
and the
out.
fact
I
that
was
it
like,
beat it
shut
out for
up.
anything at all is so insulting. It's
oh my god, yeah.
it's actually unreal, and I kind of don't care what anybody thinks. It's unreal. I don't care if you like Ariana Grande or not. The fact
No.
that Zoe Saldana beat her
I don't know.
for supporting actress is such a slap in the face.
And I
it's
feel like-
unreal.
When a movie that's supposed to be like representing people, like when the
Yes.
people who are supposed to be
That part,
represented
yeah.
come
Yeah.
out and say this was not a good representation, like maybe it's time to reflect. Maybe it's time to say, what did we do wrong?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Not I'm sorry that you feel that way. I don't agree. Whoever the PR person is for Zoe, she did not get enough media.
That's
training
called
for that question.
gaslighting.
I was like, because again, I like her a lot. I
Yeah.
think she's, a great actress. I think she deserves her roses for certain roles. I don't know that this was
No, like
the
if
role
anything,
that she
like
deserved the roses for.
yeah. And again, Zoe Saldana.
It was like a career Oscar.
Yes. No, and I think it was very meaningful to her because she spoke Spanish in it. Like it was very connected to who she was and how she grew up, which I think is amazing. But at the same time, like we have to recognize that Zoe Saldana, she's been in 4 major franchises. Avatar,
$1 billion
franchise.
franchises.
Avatar, Marvel. She was Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, in Pirates of the Caribbean, in what was the last one? Oh, Star Trek. Like
Oh my
she's
God.
been in
$1
billion
billion
dollar franchises.
Billion.
So I
Yeah.
understand the talent. Every time she's on a specific, type of, project, like it's gold for her. This, I
Yeah.
think, stepped outside of her usual comfort zone, which I think is also really good, like as an actor, as, someone who's like always wanting to like kind of push the boundaries outside of the norm of, $1 billion sets. And you're like, oh my God, this is like a lot to deal with. And it's like now she's on like a little bit of a smaller film, but it's still
Yeah.
it's still her. She's still the main character of the whole thing, and she's speaking Spanish and she's living in the moment. But it's also kind of like you have to take a step back and also realize, like, look, like there's a lot of things that go into filmmaking, especially when it's something like this kind of a movie. So I'm just curious as to see later how this is going to respond with the people in Mexico.
Yeah.
Of how their response is going to be to her response of that question.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I also find it interesting. She seems so gung-ho about how like this is women and like she's so gung-ho about that, and I'm like, I love that for you.
Yeah.
But also like this is so I don't know, there's just like something disingenuous about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's something that's not, and the fact that the main actress has such a problematic
Twitter history
situation happening right now. I don't care about your any other history. The fact that you have a problematic Twitter history
says a lot.
Says a lot about you. And whatever your other history is irrelevant. Anything else about you is irrelevant to 100%. The fact that you have a problematic history online, to your thoughts and opinions. It tells the truth about who you are.
Especially in this day and age where I feel like most people know better.
Oh yeah,
like I'm
know better.
For me, I'm like, in a weird way, like if you have a controversial thought or opinion, go off.
Right.
Have that. We live in America. You're free to think whatever you want, but sometimes like keep it on the inside.
Right.
Keep
or
it in
just
your brain.
I don't know,
Why
like read the
tweet it?
room.
Exactly.
Read the room. Be conscious of other people's experiences.
Didn't she say some shit about like Selena Gomez?
Yes. Some horrible
which is so
horrible things.
Which is so crazy.
Before they worked on this movie together. And I think
I'm like, look, like don't say shit about people because you might have the karma of working with them later.
I know.
And have to respond to stuff like that.
But I think looking at it then, the political messages that this is all sending, Wicked versus this movie, you're sending majorly mixed political messages. And I think the political message that Wicked is sending is so deep. It's so poignant.
Oh my gosh,
it's intrinsic to the fabric of our society as it is right now. It is such a critical message that we all desperately need. Yeah. And I cannot wait for part 2 because I really think that's going to hammer home everything that we're all feeling.
Yes.
I don't think Amelia Perez did that. And I think it kind of hammers home the message of Wicked even further.
Oh, totally.
And I think it was really tone deaf for the people who voted for it.
Incredibly tone deaf. I also think it didn't need to be a musical.
The fact that it was a musical made no sense.
The fact that it was a musical was the
and I'm taking take the whole like surgery out of it. Take the transgender surgery out of it. That's not the point that I'm talking about. I'm talking about everything else surrounding it.
See, I feel like it had, in a weird way, almost like good bones.
It had so much potential.
It could have been
amazing.
There were moments where I was like, wait, this is almost
amazing.
Great. I was like, this is almost great.
Yeah,
like,
this is almost Oscar worthy.
This is almost great. Yeah, almost Oscar. I gave it a 2.5 on Letterboxd.
Period.
I didn't like. I'll say I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
I didn't hate it, and I saw the potential. But I think the tone deafness,
the execution of it,
and then like the response to the response. Was what I found.
Yeah, that was tone deaf.
I think that's what's so funny to me. I'm so curious as to like the marketing of this film and what their goal was.
I don't understand the marketing campaign.
Think they had a goal.
I don't understand the PR campaign. No. I don't understand the press circuit or the junket that they did.
Because I'm so sorry. This is 90% of you getting popularity after you film the whole thing. The real work is how you promote it.
100%.
And if you don't know what the plan is in terms of marketing and promoting,
why shoot it?
Why the hell did you make the movie? Because that is 100%.
The reason why Wicked is so successful, not only because it's Wicked, and I understand that Wicked comes with its own group.
Oh yeah,
but there's a fan base.
There's a fan base. But the press junket, the marketing, the PR plan that came with
that strategy
locked in.
Yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing.
They came in with everything down to the nail plan. I mean, they were locked in so tight. It was airtight. I honestly, I can't wait for part 2.
Me too.
I'm
two's gonna
so
destroy me.
grateful that this was not the end of
I would have
our
been
Wicked experience.
devastated.
If this had been the end, the devastation, I don't think I'd be able to stop talking about it.
And that's what's so hard is I think like when
As a
you
theater kid.
when you look at the board of the Academy, like you can kind of see like who's on the board of the Academy, and it's, hate to ruin
White.
it, but it's mostly white men who don't understand. It's true.
We're all looking at you.
Who don't understand like the
I don't blame them.
significance of these two women in this story. They're
Fighting
not
the
gonna get it.
patriarchy.
No,
It's the
literally.
same thing with Barbie. It's the same thing with
The people,
the substance.
the people who miss the point of Barbie are the people who are missing the point of Wicked.
That's
and I'm
100%
sorry to
true.
say
Did
that.
it was Oppenheimer who won last year, no?
Was it Oppenheimer?
It totally was.
I feel like it was
It
Oh,
totally
it was
was.
Oppenheimer.
I feel-
And the people who missed
Bringing
the
it
point of
back to what
Barbie
happened
are the
last
people
year,
who
it
missed
was
the point of Wicked.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Amelia Perez is this year's Oppenheimer.
Period.
And I'm
take,
just
but you-
saying that, like, if you miss the point of Barbie, you're missing the point of Wicked, and you need to go back and
that
you need to
also ties
rewatch
in with
Barbie
yes.
and get the point of that, and then you'll completely understand Wicked.
And it also ties in with the substance too, weirdly enough.
And then you'll completely understand the substance, and you'll completely understand why Mikey winning was the complete point of the substance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's so sad because I think there was a lot of people online that were like, "Oh my God, this is Demi's last chance to win
No,
something
it was
like this."
not.
It's not.
No, it's
Demi
not.
is a talented
Anyone who
artist.
says that, look, it's like you have to like.
No,
you have to kinda
she's
look
not
at that.
dead.
And also too, like to be a decent human being, to be like, "Oh, this is her last chance to really get something." Look,
Like,
it
why?
is not like who are you to say this is her last chance? Like,
Yeah.
like really, like who are you to
Who are
say
you?
that this is her last
She's not
chance at
retired.
anything? Never say never.
No,
Never.
And that
And
say
don't
performance
never.
underestimate people
never say
who have gone
never.
through a lot of stuff in this industry.
Yeah, no.
Way before all of this, kind of protections that they had around them. Like,
Yeah,
don't
no.
underestimate those
Never,
people.
no, never count Demi Moore out. She started on soaps. She's not going anywhere.
She killed that role.
She killed that role.
And Margaret, too.
Oh my God.
She-
Both of them.
I was like,
She's an incredible actress. She's not going anywhere.
No.
The person who we all need to watch, who I don't think is absolutely going to be Leonardo DiCaprio, who's not. We will be watching their Oscar.
Like dating young girls or what?
Not only Chalamet, Timothy Chalamet, who's not going to win their Oscar until 2037 is Timothy Chalamet. He
100%.
is not going to win an Oscar until he is well into his 30s,
Which
maybe
is-
even 40s.
I
They
don't
are
know.
going to hold that Oscar hostage.
I'm gonna say
I'm
again.
calling it now.
Controversial take. I've only seen one thing that Timothy's been in.
Please tell me it was Willy Wonka.
No.
Beautiful Boy?
No. Okay, keep guessing. Wait, this is a fun game.
You've only seen him in
Call
one
Me by Your Name.
thing.
No.
Oh, Call Me
I
by Your
refuse
Name.
to watch that.
Call Me By Your Name.
No, it
That
creeps
movie
me
is
out. I
Holy
don't.
crap.
wild.
no.
You've seen that?
I
That
don't-
movie
yeah.
was insane.
That
An
movie was
age gap
so
relationship
crazy.
creeps me out. I'm sorry. I have trauma
Wait,
around
I'm trying
that.
to think of like what other
No.
movie. Oh, Lady Bird.
No. I've read Lady Bird. I read the screenplay.
What other movies?
Hold
is he-
on.
Oh,
Okay,
Little
hold on.
Women. Yeah.
Little Women. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Little
my
Women.
only. That's
Wow,
my only
he killed
Timmy.
Little Women. It
That's
was-
my only Timmy
He didn't
moment.
like kill Little
Yeah.
Women, but like he.
Oh,
Florence
I'm not
Pugh's
killing
face
Little
when she's
Women.
yelling at him and she does this like little pout is so iconic.
So
I
good.
love
Iconic.
her. And
love
that
Florence
That was a
Pugh.
good film. I've never seen anything else that he's been in. He was good in that
Wild.
movie, but I don't know that I.
Wait, that's
I don't
the
know that
only
I know
movie
enough
that you've
about
seen
him. Yeah.
Timothée
I
Chalamet in?
Timothée
Timothée
Chalamet. Yeah.
Chalamet.
Sorry, Timmy.
Chalamet. Can we talk about her reach?
Hilarious.
She hosted the Golden Globes.
Nikki Glaser.
Nikki Glaser.
Nikki.
Her
Oh my gosh.
joke was so good it made itself to the Oscars, and Adam Sandler actually made
He
the joke.
capitalized on that. He was
No,
like,
it was huge.
Chalamet. So
The
good.
power of a woman. I'm just saying.
And also,
I loved her.
he
She
was
Loved her.
killed that.
One of the best hosts.
Can we bring her to the Oscars?
Yes, she would have been a better Oscars host.
Okay.
Do you know
I'm
what?
just saying.
I agree.
I'm going to say something again.
Jess is gonna be
Controversial yet brave.
Okay.
I feel like Conan did an okay job.
He did an okay job.
He was
Like,
fine.
honest to God,
He was a white man.
compared to last year,
Who
which
hosted
was
last year?
Joe Coy.
Oh, Joe Coy did. Yes.
Girl,
No,
this
that
was
made
a
me
great
think
Oscar.
cancellation
That's
happened.
all I'm saying is like compared to last year,
The trauma that we
the
erased
trauma
from
that we
our
endured.
brains.
This Oscar
Yeah, the
was
social
good.
media
It
backlash
wasn't-
that
It was
happened
good.
for
It
it
Joe
was-
wasn't
Coy.
overdone. It wasn't like he was just like, let me just play this role
He made
and
a good joke
let
about
me go
Carla
in
at
and let
one
me
point.
get out.
Did you catch that?
Yes, he
The
did make a joke about Carla.
Where he was like, Honora had the F word in it 437 times, and that's the amount of
The-
times that Carla's PR person said it when, and I was like,
And then it cut to Carla just like leaning over or something like that. I was
Yeah.
like, ooh.
And by the
The
way, if you want to
tea.
spell my name, it's C-O like N-A-N, like however you spell this name. Like if you want to put it on Twitter, that was kind of
That was
iconic.
funny. That's what I mean. Like that was to me.
It was
I was
good.
like, you know what? Good
was
job.
it Nikki Glazer level?
No.
Maybe
No,
not.
definitely
Her
not.
But-
dressing up
Nikki
as the
is
Pope going popular.
Popular. Oh, so
We're gonna be
good.
so
And
good.
she's like, what? This
like, wait.
sucks?
It was so good.
Like, what do you mean I'm
So-
embarrassing myself? But like
so
that
good.
was
So
kind
good.
that was iconic.
Insane in the Penguin.
It's
Anyway.
Penguin. It was so good.
Nobody says Penguin like that?
Penguin.
The fact that
Penguin.
she did that without humiliating anybody, without like making fun of anybody.
Well, Timmy took some strays.
Timmy took
the
strays,
eyelashes on his
but
upper lip.
But Timmy expects it now.
but
he's
Timmy
like,
expects it
yeah.
because those are funny.
Timmy's such a
Yeah.
trooper. I love that
Those
man.
are funny.
He's
those are funny
funny,
strays
dude. He
and
gets
not.
it.
They were good strays.
They were good
Yeah.
strays. Also,
were
he
good.
like burped in Kylie's face, so they were like.
Huh?
Did you guys
I
not
did
see
miss
that?
that, bro.
Did you guys not
He
see
burped
that?
in
I gotta
tweet?
put that
was
in.
Was that it this year or last year? Was that this year or last year?
Girl, I didn't
don't
see
know.
nobody
Where
burp in
he,
anyone's
where it
face.
was like the girl on Instagram who does the like deaf. She's
like
deaf
the
and
lip
she
reader?
reads lips,
Lip read, yeah.
and she does like a close up, and she's reading Timothée Chalamet's lips, and he fully like burps and then blows it into Kylie's face,
Shut up.
and it's fully caught on camera.
Oh, I'm gonna.
See,
I'm
but you
gonna
know
put
what?
that
I'm
in.
gonna say again. I think controversial take. That's true love.
Is it though?
My boyfriend
I
does
would
that.
absolutely. Ew, really?
Yeah.
No, but if we're in close range
It's
and
like,
you're
is
in
it
a
ideal?
you're
No,
in a
but if
gala
you're-
setting,
If
excuse?
you're comfortable releasing your gas in front of your partner
No,
and
in the
sharing it
comfort of
with
your own
them,
home,
it's
but not
beautiful.
close range at a black tie event. That is starting a war.
Lauren says time and place.
No, time and
you
place.
did it
There
at
is
my
a time and
birthday
place.
dinner.
You know how much time I spent on my makeup? No.
That is foul.
Foul.
what, the
That's
burp-
a direct hit.
That's
the
a
burp gonna-
direct hit. That
Is
is
the
a
burp gonna
targeted
seep into your
hate
makeup
crime.
or what? You're fine. It's fine.
You're
good.
such a boy.
I don't get it. You look great, makeup on point. But if I burped in your makeup, you'd be fine.
I'd be mad.
You'd be yeah, I'd be mad. No, I get mad too. But I'm like,
What was that Trixie quote? You burp in my house, bitch.
not that. The chaos.
I bring you.
Oh
I
my
bring
God.
you Coca-Cola, and you burp in my house, bitch.
What's wrong with burping in
good.
someone's house?
Oh my god.
It's
No,
so fucking
see,
funny.
Sometimes you get a little
the
gas.
gas release between
true
partners
friendship and
can
true
be
love.
funny, and it can be a mutual sign of love.
That's the thing.
I get it.
If I love
There
you,
is
I'm
a time
gonna
and
release
place,
the gas.
not
Oh.
at the Golden Globes.
No, that's that. Yeah.
That is not the time.
I'm right there with you. I'm there with you. I'm playing devil's advocate.
The devil has enough advocates. I don't think he needs another one.
Clocked. My wig.
Snatch.
Dad,
Fine. You got me there.
love you though.
You got me there.
Let's
Fine. Let's move on.
let's move on. You know what? The Oscars has been clocked
The
enough.
Oscars have come and gone.
The
We've
Oscars have
talked
come and gone.
our ass off
We've
about this.
talked. I think we're gonna move on.
What?
I think
Tell
it's time
us.
for a segment that we
Yes.
love here on the show
Okay.
that we like to call Love It or Leave It. And we are going to throw more hot takes your way, as Jess likes to say, controversial yet brave.
Yes.
Will we be offending you guys?
Maybe.
Maybe. And you know, we're gonna throw some things out there.
This is where we get to weigh on all the things that are making headlines, from Hollywood drama to relationship trends and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna be totally unfiltered. So you might agree, you might not, but it's gonna get interesting.
Oh my gosh. And we have some juicy questions lined up. I should know, I wrote them. We can't wait to hear what we all think. I'm actually really excited. I have one question. Are you guys ready?
I'm always ready to judge things harshly, so let's do this.
I'm ready to offend everyone.
Oh my
Let's
God.
get a
I'm
little
so
crazy.
here for this. Okay, well, we are going to use these gorgeous paddles.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do. And next to us and next to Matthew, we have some questions, and we're just going to pull at random. Each of us are going to pull a question we're going to ask, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to say love it or leave it. And we're going to have a little bit of a discussion. Okay. And leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. Chime in. We want to hear from you.
We want
you
your
guys
opinions.
think. Yeah.
Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you love us? Do you want to leave us?
Oh, love it or leave it.
You
Let
better
us know.
Love it or leave it. You better
We need
love us.
subscribers.
Subscribe now.
Subscribers.
Future Jess, editing Jess, put the subscribe button up there.
You guys have 3 seconds to subscribe.
Period.
1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for joining the
guys.
channel. Thank you.
Thank you.
We really
Welcome.
appreciate
Welcome
it.
home.
And let's get into love it or leave it.
Okay. Matthew, you're
Who's going
first.
Me?
Yes.
Stop. Okay. Love it or leave it. The Oscars starting a trend of giving out awards for best meme related to movie.
Oh my God. Yes.
Love.
I would say love.
I'm here for that. I feel like it's hard though because part of me kind of wants it to be like a meme for the following year because I feel like a lot of memes
Yeah.
come from the Oscars.
I was just about to
So I'm
say,
like,
I was
if
like,
we
you
could
can't
do
really,
like
create.
like let's do a meme of like the following, like the previous year's Oscars.
Yeah.
Ooh,
No, that's
know?
smart. I like that.
Yes.
Like I'm like for me, if I were next year to be like the best meme from the 2025
Zoe
Oscars,
Saldana. Mommy!
mommy, and like me when I throw up. Like I'm like that's an iconic meme. That's gonna be
Telling
an
my mom when I-
instant classic.
Oh.
Me when I
my
throw
God.
up, my mommy's here. Like
Yeah.
period. Like
yeah.
I'm here for that. That's my hot take.
Okay.
I love that.
Are we all on the same?
I fully agree
We're
with
all
that.
on the
We're
same
there.
page. I also think we could throw in at the Oscars best meme during a press junket.
What would yours be for this year?
Oh, holding space.
Holding
Holding space.
holding space or holding fingers? Because those are different things.
No, the
no?
same
Holding
thing.
That was the
space
same
is-
That
video.
was the same
Wait,
video. That was the
totally
same
is.
interview. Holding space.
Remember Holding Space?
Holding space.
Period.
That was the same interview. And Ariana later in an interview was like, I had
have no idea what
what's
she was
happening.
talking
That to me
No
is the
idea.
best part.
So
That's the best part of the bit.
the best
She
part
was
of
like,
the
I
bit.
didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And then you reacted, and I was like,
Yeah.
Period.
And I really think that at the Oscars, they really need to talk about the best press junket moments because the
Yes.
campaigns for those Oscars are
Yeah.
hilarious.
I feel like because that's also part of their job as well. I mean, you obviously film the movie, but the really hard part I think is like promoting it, like doing all the press junkets, doing all like the questionnaires and like back to back for months, almost 6 months. Like
You're traveling everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like award.
So
for
that's like an
best
award
press
ceremony
junket?
within itself.
Yes.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
we add that in? Let's make an award for best press junket.
Yes. Love that.
would say
Academy,
yeah.
you heard it here first.
heard
Credit
it
Broke
first.
Blonde Diaries.
Thank you.
Love it.
We'll
Next
sponsor
question.
that section of the Oscars.
Yes. Oh
Okay.
my
Slay.
god. You want to go first?
Okay, I'll go
I mean,
first.
okay.
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 I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
I
Okay.
feel like I'm gonna love it all.
I know. Love it or leave it. The best dress moments becoming more talked about than the actual winners.
Ooh.
I love it. I love the fashion. I love the
Oh,
fashion.
you're gonna say leave it?
I'm gonna say leave it because again, I'm controversial and I want to be different. I kind of feel like I want the worst dress moment
Oh,
to outshine
you know what?
Who was the
winner.
worst dress for you this year?
I don't know.
On the
Yes,
I
you
hate
do.
to say it.
You
I don't
totally know who it
recall.
is.
No, I'm gonna be nice and I'm not gonna say.
No,
it.
say
Just
it.
say it.
You know who you are.
Say it. Who
No.
was it?
you know who
Girl,
you
I
are.
actually don't know.
Well, I'm like trying to think.
I know exactly who it is.
Oh,
Who was
Who's yours?
yours? Yeah.
Is it
Whoopi Goldberg. I'm so sorry.
really?
I
Hold
love
on.
you.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to hold on. I'm gonna
I-
have to hard
I
disagree
love
with
a
you.
Christian Siriano moment, but girl,
The-
what
yeah,
was
the
that?
fabric?
The fabric.
guys.
I
The
love.
texture.
I love a living water moment, but what happened?
No, it wasn't for me either.
You guys,
I was
hold
visually
the front,
upset.
Shut the front door.
I didn't feel like there were many like horrible. I don't think hers was like awful. I don't think it was good.
but it was bad.
What? Guys,
I don't feel like there were a lot of bad. This
when
year,
Whoopi
though.
I
walked
love
out, I
Christian
literally was
Siriano.
like,
I think he's
Whoopi motherfucking Goldberg. Like
she looked great.
she She walked
looked
out.
fabulous,
not.
but what happened?
The sheen on the dress was
No.
gorgeous, I thought.
Babe, it looked like something. No, I'm not gonna.
I
Say.
don't-
I was gonna say it looked like a school project. That
I
dress.
didn't like it. I love Christian Siriano. Christian Siriano
Christian
can dress
Siriano
a
dress
body
me
yaddy
out.
yaddy. He can dress a body yaddy yaddy. Like he can do
He tailored the hell out of that
woman.
dress.
But what happened?
He could almost do
Really?
no wrong.
I
but the
thought I
wrong
loved
done.
it.
I hate it. I would.
wasn't for me.
I would wear Christian Siriano in a heartbeat.
Oh my god, if you'd be like, I'm gonna dress you, I'm like, do
Yes.
whatever you want. I don't care.
Any day, any time.
Any day, anytime,
But
do it.
I
don't care.
didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I loved it. I love the way
That
that,
was
like
my
it
worst
fit
dress.
her. I love the way that like the material. I was like, what is that? It looked like kind of like a waterfall, but like sheen, almost kind of like a TV screen. I don't know how to explain it. It's like that texture that's like not
It just it
staticky,
looked
but
cheap.
it's like
I don't.
you thought it looked cheap.
I thought it looked cheap.
Oh shit.
Who was your best dressed? Mine was Lisa from Blackpink.
Oh,
Oh,
period.
in the suit dress.
Oh my
That was very
god.
good.
Icon, and she just released an album. Everyone go stream it. It's so good.
Mine was literally. I know that it's cliche at this point for me because we're all expecting me to say it, but it was a tie between Ariana and Cynthia on the
100%.
red carpet.
Fair.
100%.
The initial looks, and then it was a tie between their stage looks.
Oh my God, yeah, no.
in their stage dresses.
I loved Ariana's stage look.
when she came out in that ruby red
Wha-
dress, and
that
then it had
red-
a shoe on the back.
wow.
Tears.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was Ariana Grande. Her ballerina pink Schiaparelli and then her ruby red Schiaparelli
Gorgeous.
instantly dead. And then it was Cynthia in her Schiaparelli and then her Vivienne Westwood dead. Obsessed. Love.
I think like, okay, that's very interesting that you say that, because I would say out of the 4 looks, like the red carpet looks versus the stage look.
Yeah.
I think the stage look, Ariana was the best. And then the red carpet look, Cynthia was the best.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Sure.
Cynthia
My
looked
opinion.
so wicked.
It's, oh my gosh. And people were like, oh, like the black velvet. I'm like, I think that's dark green.
It's dark green.
I was like, hell yeah.
It's alphabet green.
It was so good. Yeah, I love that.
Love it or leave it. The Oscars introducing a fan favorite award decided by social media voting.
Love.
Oh, 100%.
Because Cynthia Erivo would have won.
100%.
And so would
And
Ariana.
Ariana, yeah. And also
feels like-
Bowen Yang.
Yeah.
Oh, why wasn't Bowen Yang nominated
know, what the
for
heck?
like?
But then would it be
favorite?
fan favorites for every category, or would it just be like fan favorite period, like you are the fan favorite and then everyone's in that category? Do you know what I mean?
Hold on, because if you think about it,
Like, would we do
like
fan
an
favorite,
overall, like a
you
Miss
know?
Congeniality
yeah,
type thing?
yeah.
Or would it be like this is the Academy's best actress, this is the fan favorite?
Well, remember they kind of already have that
How
though
would it
for like
go?
the Teen Choice Awards where they do like most.
Oh, I
that's
love
more
a Teen Choice
MTV,
Award.
like you know what I mean.
But that's not like film. That's
But
more
that's
just
not
like
fi-
best.
But that's what I
kiss.
mean. I'm like that's like best kiss or like you know
hottest abs.
yeah,
and,
or like whatever that may
you
be,
know,
like
sexiest boy
funniest
The
toy.
social
important
media meme or, like,
conversation.
whatever
Yeah,
that may be.
yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm like
Yeah,
there's
Sam
kind of
and
already
Dean
something
being
that
bros.
exists like that.
Yeah.
But for the Academy, I think it would be something fresh and new for them to do. So
I
would
think
say
that
yes.
should be introduced.
Yeah, because
The
it's a
Academy
celebration of everybody.
Really should have that. Also, it really incorporates social media and it gives the audience a reason to care, to
Yeah.
watch,
And to go into theaters. That part.
That part.
and
that part
to
especially.
watch the press junkets.
Yeah.
It gives us a reason to watch their campaigns because we really fall off after their YouTube campaigns are over. Once they do hot
yeah.
ones, they do the Vanity Fair, like here's
do
what's
the
in my
Vogue, they
bag.
do- yeah.
Here's what's Vogue. Here's what's in my house. Here's the puppy interview. Here's the BuzzFeed questions.
Yeah.
Here's, whatever, Australia, whatever. Here's this and that. Once they do that, I'm done watching. I'm not into it anymore.
I think that's why it was like very strategic that Wicked did it for so long. I mean, I was constantly.
It was a year.
Yeah,
And then
girl.
the Olympics and Kelly Clarkson and Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon and Seth and like over and over and over and over and over and Target and like, I mean, they did all of the campaigns. So like I would say fan favorite.
I'm here for it.
Overall?
I
Yeah,
think
I would say,
overall. I'm like, maybe it could be cute for social media, like a little like, like on Watch What Happens Live. Do you guys watch
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
Where like they'll say a question and then like the audience will live vote and it'll like show the
Yeah.
results. I'm
Like
that could be
live in
kinda
real
cute
time,
for
yeah.
like. It's like, oh, we're announcing Best Actress. Like, here's what Instagram thinks, and it's like, like a little like
It's like a
blurb
little
at the
peep
lower
into-
third.
yeah.
A little lower third, I
Little
think, could
lower
be cute.
third.
But I feel like a fan
We love
favorite
a lower
category could be really cute for like an
Yeah.
overall fan favorite.
Yes, I
but
love that.
I'd also be into a lower third. Like, here's what social media is saying.
Well, because
for every
again, what's been
category.
happening with like the Academy is like they overlook the quote popular one because they're like, oh, we want more like indie stuff, and they want more like serious filmmaking type movies.
No, but I'm right there with you, and I also think too like it kind of gives like the fans like a chance to have a say,
Have
and
a voice.
Yeah,
It's like the
'cause-
popular vote versus the electoral college. The Academy is
Electoral College, yeah.
The Academy
Popular
is
vote
the Electoral
the fan
College.
favorite.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm here for it.
I think the Academy is going to have a rude awakening within the next couple of years of how quickly and drastically the cinema world is going to change. So I don't know. It's like you either got to like hop on the boat or like get off or get kicked off the boat. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It'll be
Who knows?
interesting.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Next question.
Before we end today's episode, I need to issue an apology to Matthew Patton. I need to make a public apology before we end today's episode.
And I'm gonna love that apology, so I'm ready.
In a
Hit me.
previous episode, I made a bold, true yet slightly untrue statement that Her Interactive Games Incorporated was for girls. It is, however, that was an uninclusive statement.
It's cool for boys
And
and,
it is-
non-binary people too.
It is
Lauren.
for the girls, the gays, and the theys, okay? It is for all of us. It is not just for girls. And I excluded my wonderful friend Matthew Patton from that, who, as I have come to find out, is maybe a bigger fan of Nancy Drew games than I am.
I played every single one.
So have
no.
I.
It's so multiple times.
Multiple times. Also,
Multiple
you and I
times.
are fans of the same very, very niche Nancy Drew YouTuber that nobody except Nancy Drew fans would know about.
Yeah, King Arglefun.
King Arglefump. Shout out for King Arglefump.
Love you.
We love you. We're
Jess
a
is like,
stan.
who?
I'm like, what?
I have been a subscriber of Arglefump for
Years. Decades.
Decades.
Oh my gosh, I gotta like hop on that.
Decades.
Yeah. He does like playthroughs, fun little commentaries.
love game-
walkthroughs.
I love
Oh,
gameplays.
it's
I'm
so
like, yeah.
good. And a Nancy Drew game like playthrough will change your life.
Yeah.
That's
No,
wild.
I needed to issue that apology. We needed to have a Nancy Drew discussion. One of many to come. It needed to happen. Nancy Drew needed to be recognized. It needed to be brought to
This
light.
is a
deserves
canon
her
event.
roses.
It's a canon
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah. She shaped us.
Yeah.
I'm sure she shaped some of you.
Yeah.
Great icon, queen.
Icon. Queen.
My kids will be playing those games.
100%. It's why I'm trying to finish the collection. My goal is to own all of the games. I'm so close. I need to get on it. I really need to like get like Danger by Design. I need to get like I know the alien tattoo.
we
If
get
you
that
know, you know.
tattoo?
Yes.
When you guys
She
get
gets an alien tattoo on her
5,000
cheek
followers,
and then wears a mask to
hide
cover
it.
it.
She was
Whoa.
embarrassed.
And then she goes crazy.
What a vibe.
and she's like a slay fashion designer.
Slay fashion
Anyways,
designer.
I forgive you.
Okay, good.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
It's really not that deep. It's not that deep. But I appreciate you.
But Nancy runs deep in both
Nancy
of our
runs
souls.
deep in our bones.
In our bones and our souls. In yours too. I'm glad we could share this. I'm glad we could have this conversation.
This was a moment for us,
It's
and
a moment.
I'm here for it.
Yay, me too.
Shout out Nancy.
Shout out Nancy. Shout out Arglefump. Take a look at the 2022 Nancy Drew Mega Marathon if you need a sleep soundtrack. All of the games are on there. So if you just want to like listen to something in the middle of the night and you wake up and you hear someone yelling, "It's locked." It's Nancy.
It's Nancy. You're safe.
You're
Nancy's
safe,
trying
you're
to get
fine.
out.
It's just
Nancy
Nancy.
always wins. It's all good
Until she doesn't.
until she doesn't.
Oh
That'd be
my
a chaotic way to end the
That's
series.
horrible.
Imagine, and Nancy dies.
Ew. On that dark thought.
On that dark thought.
I think that's a wrap for today's episode.
Yeah. No, it totally is.
Matthew, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really glad we could have this healing conversation.
Yeah, no, it was a blast. I'm still kind of recovering from some of those takes, but
I know. I think the whole world is.
it was iconic.
Yeah. Thank you so much for just like coming on to the show and just giving us your opinions on the Oscars and everything in between. I'm sure we're going to have you on as a guest multiple times. But I'm just so blessed to have you as my friend.
Yeah.
And just to have you on the show.
Y'all,
And we're just like
thank
so
you.
happy. If you guys want to catch some episodes that are coming up, please like and subscribe and turn post notifications on to the Broke Blonde Diaries.
Yeah, don't forget to rate and review on Apple and Spotify, wherever pods are cast. And don't forget to follow us on social media at The Broke Blonde Diaries so you can get some more behind the scenes. And follow us on TikTok so you can see some crazy stuff like Nancy Drew.
Oh my gosh,
and
guys.
Our book boyfriend Hall of Fame. And and one of our kind of craziest famous TikTok that's kind of popping off right now
Which
about
is
what's going on with Henry
crazy.
Cavill. So follow us on TikTok and kind of see that. Matthew, let the people know where they can find you.
Well, I'm on Instagram at MattPat99, but you can also find me on another podcast. Sorry, hate to love y'all.
Shameless plug.
Shameless
plug.
plug. I'm on a podcast sometimes with one of my other favorite people. Not y'all, but another favorite person. It is called Hoot and Holler Podcast.
Ooh.
Find us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all the places. It's a good time.
Hooray.
Love.
So thank you so much, you guys, for tuning into this episode, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.